Hi, you're listening to Lite Lounge with Dimitri K, broadcasting around the world, award winners and emerging artists from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida. In his book, The Jazz of Physics, the sax player and scientist Stefan Alexander makes an interesting analysis. By reconnecting the disciplines of physics and music through analogy, we can begin to understand physics through sound. We will see that harmony and resonance are universal phenomena and can be used to explain the dynamics of the early universe. Music and sound have persisted, whether we have focused on them or not. They are part and parcel with the universe. The symmetry of musical composition mirrors the symmetry that exists in quantum fields, and the breaking of these symmetries in both cases lends beautiful complexity. In physics, we get the distinct forces of nature with symmetry breaking. In music, we get tensions and resolve. The uncertainty of being able to know both where a particle is and where it is going beautifully mirrors jazz improvisation. Very well and scientifically said. And now let's see what type of symmetry is coming with the music of our guests tonight.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
A critic from Jazz Journal qualifies First Dance album by Freedom Art Quartet as Album of the Year 2025. Now we have Lloyd Haber, one of the co-founders of the quartet, with us. Welcome to Lite Lounge, Dimitri K. Lloyd.
Thank you very much, Dimitri, for having me on your show. It's a pleasure to meet you. Honestly, it's been deeply humbling. First Dance was created from a very honest place. The Freedom Art Quartet has been a living, breathing organism since the early 90s. We weren't chasing trends or accolades. We were just trying to tell our story through sound, trusting the music and the moment. To have these wonderful positive responses from these reviews really means a lot, not just to me, but to the entire Freedom Art Quartet. It tells us that the spirit, the risk-taking, and the freedom we put into the music is really being heard.
You're very welcome, Lloyd. Let's enjoy the title tune, First Dance. Listening to First Dance's elaborate trumpet, sax, bass, drums work shows a gift, pure sense of form and improvisation which no amount of teaching can produce, showing not only style but attitude. Tell us more about the work it took for creating the album.
Well, first of all, we've had many different configurations within the Freedom Art Quartet over the years, but it has always been Omar Kabir and myself as the foundation to the group. We were offered a gig at Small's Jazz Club in New York City, and I had called Jamaluddin Dakuma for a recommendation for a saxophonist, and he recommended Alfredo Colon. Adam Lane I had known from playing around New York City, and finally got a chance to use him in this group. We went into rehearsals, worked up a few sets, and it felt really good. Our performance at Smalls really clicked, and we had a wonderful response from the audience.
It obviously has taken time to find the right people, but the response of the audience, as you say, obviously confirmed your decision.
And I knew that we had to bring this band into the studio and record, which we did. It took us 2 days of recording, and we really came out with a very special product. And you'd be surprised how difficult it is to find musicians with their own voice who are very good readers, who are able to interpret notes on the paper into sonic vibrations.
As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, in universe and music there is a symmetry, and you obviously were able to find yours. Listening to Counterbalance. You, Lloyd Haber and Omar Kabir founded the Freedom Art Quartet in 1991. That was prior to streaming, even prior to emails and internet. What was the jazz scene then compared to now? Do you miss something from that time, or are you firmly in now and enjoying the day?
Well, that takes us back into history. Well, I was lucky enough to have a home base in New York City at a place called Studio Wiss, which was one of the last remaining jazz lofts run by percussionist Warren Smith. How I first became involved at Studio Wiss is that I was taking drum lessons there from Charlie Persip, and all these different musicians would be coming in and out, and I had no idea who these people were. Among them were Marion Brown, saxophonist, Kalapurusha Divday McIntyre. I'd go up into the studio for a lesson, and Max Roach would be hanging out on the front stoops. Warren Smith used to play with Max Roach's percussion ensemble, Boom, and I would actually go up to the studio and watch Boom rehearse. So it was a very fertile place for creative music, and these musicians took me under their wing. So I would be hanging out all the time at Studio Wiss, and became very good friends with Warren Smith, who eventually invited me to play within his Composers Workshop ensemble. and the studio manager, Anton Reed, and I became good friends. Eventually, I was given a key to the studio. I put together the Freedom Art Quartet with Omar. We had Andrew Joseph at that time on alto saxophone, and we were trying out different bass players, but we rehearsed every week at Studio Whis for years and years, and without that, I don't think there would ever have been a Freedom Art Quartet. So our first gig was at a place called the New Music Cafe, which was on Canal Street and Broadway in New York City. And I got that gig from answering an ad in the Village Voice. Yes, this was before emails. You were able to go to clubs and actually speak to the owners or give them a cassette tape. We played at the Knitting Factory many times, and that was kind of a home base for the Freedom Art Quartet. There were many jazz clubs in New York City that were open to the kind of music we were doing, creative music, original. And it was definitely a fertile time for that music. Now trying to get gigs, it's very impersonal. You send out emails and hope that someone responds to your emails. There's no one to speak to, and it could get a little frustrating. Right now, the Freedom Art Quartet has a European booking agent with Akamu Booking, who also books Anthony Braxton, the Art Ensemble of Chicago, and that kind of music. And hopefully we'll be able to get some tours in Europe in the near future. But yes, I certainly miss that time. As you'd walk down the streets of New York City and there'd be all kinds of live music everywhere. Monday nights would be jam sessions at the St. Mark's Bar, led by Dennis Charles, a great drummer. Out in Queens, there were some great jam sessions, one in particular led by drummer Walter Perkins, and all these people were so open and to you, and would always give you ideas, pointers. In Harlem at St. Nick's Bar, which was run by, the jam sessions were run by Patience Higgins, and you never know who you who you'd sit in with. I played with Leon Thomas and many great musicians. So it was just a wonderful hang and creative music, and everybody was very positive and open.
Well, I can feel the nostalgia for the 90s, as you say. New York was a hub, and then it was Queens, then that was Harlem, Village Voice, answering actual ads, messages. But now we have to move in the future. Obviously, you have a European booking and plenty of good things happening for you now and in the following months. As a musician with lots of experience, and myself as a composer-producer, tell me how a recording tune comes to fruition for you. Do you put down an idea in writing and then go in the studio and record it, or get there with a vague idea and improvise until it's done?
Well, for the most part, my songs have a melody. I strongly believe in melody. Even though it is an improvised music, the melodies are written out, as well as maybe interludes or other parts within a song. Some of the songs will come together in a short time. Some songs come together within a long period, but eventually they are written out. So all the songs on this album, First Dance, are composed with a melody, and then the improvisation is either based on free form or, for example, with Song for the Old Ones, there is a form to the music. Also on the album, there is a song called Nature of the Past, which is a total improvisation between myself and Omar.
Many things have changed within the past years in the music world. One of the most noticeable were how people listen to music. We've been through vinyl, compact discs, streaming, and back to vinyl to an extent. How do you think all those changes affected the way people consume and listen to music, and personally, how that affects you as a composer and music producer?
Well, for the most part, as we know, music today is mostly listened to through online streaming platforms such as Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. Back in the day, people used to invest in stereo systems with speakers, and you would listen in a room and put on a full album, LP, or compact disc, and the music would be coming through speakers, and you would have space between the music coming out of the speakers and the listener's ear. The whole listening experience has changed. As a young person growing up, you'd gather with a group of friends and put on the latest album from, say, Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or whatever, and as a group, we'd sit around and listen to the whole album, and it would be a total listening and social experience. That does not happen in today's society. As a former high school music teacher, I would ask students, do they listen to music? Do they buy music? Certainly, young people today do not buy music. They just stream it. And music today has become an individual experience. For the most part, young people don't even dance to music anymore. There's no longer any social gatherings where people dance to music for young people. There's no more high school dances, or even bands used to come, live bands used to come to high schools and perform, and I don't see that happening anymore. I've also seen that young people, for the most part, do not have any curiosity about the American music experience and history. Many of young people have no idea who the Beatles were, or certainly have never heard of Howling Wolf, John Coltrane, The Doors. All that music, from what I've seen in my experiences as a high school teacher, will be, for the most part, lost within the next 50 years, maybe. Sad but true. I've seen it firsthand. I taught the history of American music in high school, and many students were bored listening to these different styles of music: jazz, blues, soul, and if these young people are not taught about the history of the music and how it affected this country as a society and part of its culture, it's going to be lost forever. How does it affect me? Well, I just keep on doing what I do, because that's who I am as a human being. I'm a musician.
Well, music lost in times doesn't sound encouraging, but I guess Mozart and Beethoven's music was not lost in 250 years, so nowadays won't be lost, but probably even other mediums will be developed. I guess most of the blames should go toward streaming services corporations, which deal with music as a product, not as art. All singers, composers, producers are constantly in search of the next creative adventure. What are the unfulfilled wishes of Lloyd Haver? What would be a dream collaboration that you'd enjoy other than with your own orchestra? or something else you'd like to achieve in 2026?
Well, I've certainly been blessed to have played and collaborated with many great musicians within my lifetime. Certainly, one of the high points was playing with Ornette Coleman. I happened to have a chance encounter with him walking down the streets of New York City. I'm walking one way, and here comes Ornette walking up the street, and I stopped him and congratulated him on his recent NEA award, and we got into conversation, and he invited me up to his studio, and we would collaborate weekly up in the studio for about 3 years. That was an amazing experience. Different people would come through his studio, and we'd play. That's where I met Jamaluddin Takuma, Mark Kastabi, and many others. But as for the future, I look forward to getting into the studio for the Freedom Art Quartet's next project, as well as continuing projects with my other groups, one of them being Bones and Tones, who I recorded an album with, myself on marimba, Warren Smith on vibraphone, Jaribu Shahid on bass, and Abdul Mbup on percussion. And I would like to continue with that group. It was certainly a wonderful experience. Another group that I'm involved with consists of saxophonist Andrew Lamb and musician Huang Su Chin, who is a vocalist and plays the Chinese instrument called the guzheng, and she sings Chinese folk songs, and we improvise over the folk songs, as well as Andrew and I doing a variety of things. We have not gotten into the studio with this group and don't know how commercially viable it is, but you could check out some videos from concerts that we have done on YouTube if you look me up. And yeah, that's a very interesting project, and we'll see what else comes up within the future. You know? Just gotta keep on moving on.
Yes, I agree. Keep on moving on. We have to adapt to the ever-evolving world. Now, from the listeners of Lite Lounge with Dimitri K, let's wish Lloyd Haber success with First Dance and any other creative pursuits. And for those interested to purchase his music, where is it available?
Well, you could certainly listen to my music on all streaming platforms. You could purchase CDs on Bandcamp or at freedomartrecords.com, where you could purchase the latest Freedom Art Quartet album, First Dance, and also the first Freedom Art Quartet album, Spirits Awake, with myself, Lloyd Haber, Omar Kabir, Abraham Burton on saxophone, and Jaribu Shahid on bass. You could also purchase the CD Bones and Tones at freedomartrecords.com. Thank you very much, Dimitri, for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my interview. Again, thank you very much, and thank you for all your listeners. Bye-bye.
You're very welcome, Haber. I'm pretty sure the listeners will find exciting new avenues in jazz music listening to your album. And for the end of the interview, let's listen from your album, First Dance, the first tune, Stopwatch. Life is better than listening to a commercial radio station playing endlessly a few resembling songs. If you feel that way, you came at the right place. Lite Lounge with Dimitri K plays the best award winners and independent artists around the world. Me and Suzanne Walker's Americana country, rock, pop and blues group called Suzanne's Band is the official vehicle for Texas-based Grammy singer-songwriter. Now we have her in the studio to present her album Bandana Woman. Welcome to Lite Lounge with Dimitri K, Mia.
Hi Dimitri, thank you for having me on Lite Lounge today. I appreciate the opportunity to introduce your audience to Suzanne's band music and talk about our brand new country pop album, Bandana Woman, today.
You're very welcome, Mia, and let's start the presentation with your song, The Candy Store.
The folks are dancing to Americana grooves. You can't see the ground, there are so many shoes. They pop and they drop in their red, white, and blue. You'll always be in a really good mood at the Kenny store. Country home cooking and a rockin' dance floor. Yeah, come on in and shut the front door. The Kenny store. I know you won't thank me if you go into town and see this funky place that I'm talking about. You might see me in the neon light. I'll be taking home the drummer tonight. Sitting by the fire pit, biscuits, gravy on the plate, cold drink, chillin', flying pig above the stage. Out in the back where the band plays, watch me now, got some moves to make. At the Kenny store, country home cooking and a rockin' dance floor. Come on in and shut the front door at the Kenny store. The Kenny store, country home front door.
Beautiful. We just listened to The Candy Store. Its sparkling, vivid and infectious vibes suggest a life revealed through music. And since your company slogan is Songs with Heart, we can feel the emotions pouring out. Is that how you approach every song?
Yes, Dimitri, I sure do. I think it's important to be emotionally engaged with every song if possible. You know, like with The Kenny Store, which we just heard, right off the top, you know it's fun, upbeat, and just by that intro instrumentation alone, you know the feeling and you know what's going to happen with that song. And the lyrics are really playful too. You know, like Taking Home the Drummer Tonight, which happens to be my husband, so perfectly okay to do on my end for sure.
When it comes from the heart, it goes to the heart. And with the support of the drums of your husband, that makes it a family business. We're listening to Ain't I Country Enough?
No benefits and stones that will make you blind. With my hat in my hand, I'm asking you, ma'am, yes sir, won't you give me your time? Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you. My boots aren't scuffed, I don't drive a truck, but you can't deny these southern roots. Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you. I can sing it, I can sing it all night long. I can sing it, I can sing it all night long, all night long, all night long. Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you. Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you. My boots aren't scuffed, I don't drive a truck, but you can't deny these southern roots. Ain't a country enough for you. Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you. Ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough, ain't a country enough for you.
From your biography, I'm reading that you're having a non-genre specific approach in writing, but you're enhancing the importance of self-worth. In the lyrics, I'm quoting, "Rolling down this road, every stage is my home. Everywhere I go, I leave something behind." I believe that every successful performance feels as if you have left a piece of yourself with the audience.
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously, there's the actual physical things, you know, that are left behind, like hopefully some Suzanne's band merchandise or physical copies of her albums, like Bandana Woman. You always want to leave those behind, right? But also, there's the things that you can't see. You know, I often share something about the songs I'm playing live, whether it's an original or a cover, of why it was written or how it connects to me, things like that. So hopefully I've left some things like that behind with the audience and some little insights like that that help them connect more with the music.
The merchandise, the physical things that remain with the public are one thing, but more important is the soul connection that you create with the audience and the reason they are coming again and again on your performances in the future. Listening to Lighten My Load.
Get rid of what's hurting. See a new town, turn a frown upside down. I'm gonna lighten my load, lighten my load, lighten my I'm gonna lighten my load.
As a composer-producer myself, I wonder how you create your songs. Do you start with an idea which was put down on a paper and then go in the studio and record it, or just play around with the guitar in the studio and improvise until you find the right tune?
Well, I definitely don't spend too much time in the studio because that costs some money, for every hour you're there. So that could get expensive, especially for independent artists. But normally I either have a thought or a series of phrases that have kind of come to me, and I try and compose something to go with that, or it's the exact opposite, where I kind of hear a song idea in my head, and I'm noodling around with a progression or some particular sounds or things like that at home, and then I'm kind of inspired to put lyrics to that. So it could happen either way. I tend to get a lot of inspiration when I'm either driving or in the shower, which either way it's hard to have pen and paper for those moments. So at least when you're in the car, you could grab your phone and hit the recording button and try and record your thoughts or ideas at the time.
Definitely inspiration comes when unexpected, as you say, under the shower or while driving. So be careful with driving. Just try to memorize what you initiated.
It is nice to be able to play guitar or piano because there's some songs that are easier to compose on one or the other, or they just sound differently. So that's sort of it in a nutshell as to how my composing brain works along with those lyrics.
About the choice between guitar and piano, I definitely agree. The two instruments give different flavor of the tune you're creating.
Headlights shine and the windshield crack. No U-turn, no going back. Hurry past that Cadillac. Smell the rubber burn. Highways move so fast. Cruising's meant to last. Taking our time. Nothing so fast.
With your band, you're a performing musician. What is the truth for the artist nowadays? To be a musician is a business and it should generate a livelihood. Is the income comes more out of stage performances or from recording and streaming?
I would say that live performance is still the breadwinner for sure, since you can also claim your original music through your performing rights organization under live performances. I believe for sure BMI and ASCAP have that, and I'm not sure about the others, but that kind of helps on that end of it. Also, I have started my own publishing company, which is Blue Koi Music, and that helps too, because then you're essentially doubling your royalty payouts, whenever you can get the publishing aspect of it plus the performing aspect both together. That was a big difference, instead of just paying that out to your distributor, whoever you choose on that end. I know in my case, I don't know I'll ever be able to recoup what I've probably spent in production costs, just because there's so much that goes into that. By the time you pay for a music producer and the sound engineer and all the musicians and all these things, it does get really expensive. There's a lot of independent artists that are able to produce and mix on their own. They have in-house sound systems that can do all that, and they use some sort of internal computer program to generate all their instrumentation, and those things can really save money. But in my case, I use live instruments and a lot of live people, so it gets a little bit more expensive. So in a nutshell, the live performance is definitely the main focus, because that's the fastest way you're going to start trying to make any kind of profit if you're an independent musician.
Obviously, the more you are involved, the better. To be performer and publisher helps. To know more about recording and do a lot of the recordings yourself, that helps too. But for now, as you say, the performance makes all the difference.
Against the ocean spray and southern breezes make the coconut sway. Far away, far, far away, so far away, far, far away, going far away, far, far away, far, far away, far, far away, away.
All artists, composers, and producers are constantly in search for the next creative avenue. What is on your list, Mia?
I know for me personally, I would like to incorporate some tracks into my live shows so that there's a bit more depth in the sounds, especially when I'm doing my original music. It's nice to have some of those same aspects that I had in those recordings in the live show, that you can't always recreate everything. But I know AI is a big deal out there, and a lot of people have started using that. Personally, I'm not really comfortable with it right now. I don't know that much about it. I've used AI for a picture, and I think that was about it. So as far as my music goes, it ain't gonna happen right now.
Most certainly, playing with a guitar and a piano, or with a band behind you, or with a big orchestra makes a big difference. Obviously, everything comes one after another.
Cherry cotton candy fine, but I can't taste it. Na 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 no. Busy streets are hustling, on to 'em I'm touching, but I can't sun is shining way up high. Happy people pass me by.
And now, from the listeners of Lite Lounge with Dimitri K, let's wish Mia Suzanne Walker success with her Suzanne's Band new album Bandana Woman. And for those interested to purchase it, where is it available?
Bandana Woman is available on all music platforms under the artist Suzanne's Band, plus our website at www.suzannesband.com. And I just want to say thanks again, Dimitri, for having me on the Lite Lounge today. I sure appreciate it. And thanks again for your support of independent artists.
Thank you for stopping by, Mia. You're very welcome. And let's enjoy Bandana Woman and In a Tropical Depression.
Making her way in a man's world. Dead ringer for a country singer, showing bright colors where freedom rings. Down at the beach or across the bay, sailing those colors on her guitar strings. And I think I'll always be a bandana lover, bandana girl, bandana woman, making my way in a man's world. I see her across the sea. She's looking for you, looking for me, and her roots are grounded deep. I'm country strong, if you know what I mean. I'm kick-ass strong in my denim jeans. I'm a bandana lover, bandana girl, baby, bandana woman, making my way in a man's world. Bandana lover, bandana girl, bandana woman, making my way, making my way. A bandana lover, bandana girl, baby, bandana woman, making my way, making my way, making my way in a man's world. Got a ticket for one, flying into the sun, going far away to an island of fun. Get a pink umbrella drink, not even gonna think of leaving you behind. But then the clouds roll in and it's storming again. I'm in a tropical depression, haven't learned my lesson. Thought by now I'd understand why I'm standing in the ocean, a tropical depression. Shop and spend my dimes, not waste any time, wondering if I'm on your mind. Ask someone to dance who believes in romance and makes me feel alive. But then the clouds roll in and it's storming again. I'm in a tropical depression, haven't learned my lesson.
You're listening to Lite Lounge with Dimitri K. It's time to say goodbye. And remember, hesitation is temporary, music lasts forever. Most of the artists you heard on this show are independent artists. And if you like some of them, you can Google the name and find them on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and the rest of the digital media, and that would be a great support for them. For any comments, suggestions, and feedback, please email me at kopublishing@gmail.com. I'm Dimitri K, broadcasting from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida.